Hello, good people. Thank you for coming back to watch my content. Today we are baking banana cake. And I really tried to put my items and ingredients on the table, for display so you guys can be able to see. This is from feedback I got last time I made pizza. Ingredient number 1, I have vanilla essence. This is white cooking fat. It's not Hailey's. This is just a container I put in. This is cinnamon powder. I usually get my cinnamon from Locals. That's why it's packaged like that. And this is bicarbonate of soda. And here I have my Ajab self-raising flour. Okay, I also have my recipe with me. The one I wrote some time back. I got it from my sister. And of course I had bananas, eggs, a lemon, and Prestige. Alright, so right in, I got my weighing scale so I can start weighing my items. I was keenly following my recipe. I have made banana cake once, and I don't have the the specifics off of my head. So I started off with measuring eggs. Normally an egg weighs around 50 grams, and I had initially just put 3, so I needed to add 2 more. And eventually I got my 250 grams exact. Next, I needed to weigh 250 grams of margarine. That's 252 grams, just a small difference of 2 grams. Next, I needed to weigh 200 grams of sugar. I also got an extra of 3 grams for sugar, but it's not a big deal. It's just a small difference. Alright, so I started beating my mixture. One tip I'd give you when you're beating your mixture from the beginning till the end, pick one direction, whether it's clockwise or anti-clockwise, that you will follow. The whole essence of this is to ensure your cake does not have huge air spaces inside once it's baked. I needed to mention this because when I was beating this part of the mixture, clearly I was not following any direction. I was not having it easy, especially because of how open the ball was. For good results, it's necessary to beat the mixture until it turns sort of whitish in color and fluffy in texture, you see? This is how it should be. Any liquid, flavor, or essence is normally added in the eggs, so I proceeded to add my vanilla essence in the eggs. If you dislike the eggy smell in cakes, just like me, lemon zest is a good remedy for this. So just finely grate your lemon, and the fine zest from the peelings, that's what you will add into the eggs, and just a little bit of it does the work of killing the smell. Next step is to add the eggs, one yolk at a time, as you continue whipping. After adding the eggs, do not whip too much. If possible, just whip under 1 minute. Next step is to add bananas. So I proceeded to measure 200 grams of bananas. I got 2 extra grams, not a big deal still. And so I needed to mash the bananas. I was doing it with a fork so I can get the consistency I wanted. I didn't want it finely mashed for good results. Another tip, use bananas that are super ripe. This is how it looked like. I then added it into my mixture. I had to whip the mixture for just a few seconds again to get the bananas well mixed in. Next ingredient to add is flour. This is self-raising Ajab flour. So I needed to measure 350 grams, got an extra 2 grams again. I measured half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. Mistakenly, I put it inside my mixture instead of the flour. For any powdery ingredient, it's normally added in the flour. So I measured my cinnamon and added in the flour. For cinnamon, there's no specific measurement, just add as you please. I started sieving my flour using this big sieve as I add into the mixture. The whole point of sieving is to make sure the flour is well aerated and to remove any huge lumps if there is any. From this point, we are no longer going to use the mixer to beat the mixture, and therefore I was using my spatula to just do the mixing. Ensure you follow one direction like I was doing. Add the flour bit by bit as you continue stirring the mixture. The cake mix is now ready. You can see the consistency. So next step is to grease the baking tins. As you can see, I'm using 2 baking tins that are 750 grams each, not a kg, not a 1 kg baking tin. This is because I don't want my cake paste very dense, that it would affect it rising, especially that it's a fruit cake. That's why I want to divide my mixture into 2 halves. This is a 1 kg cake, so I want to separate into half a kg, half a kg. So once the tins are nicely greased, it's also important to powder the same tins. And powdering, we do it with flour, the baking flour. So gently, as I was doing it, to ensure each part is also powdered. The whole point of this is to ensure the cake does not stick on the baking tin once you are done baking. Once I was done greasing and powdering, I then proceeded to add my cake mix into the tins, but I was still using the weighing scale so I can get it right with getting 2 halves. It weighed a bit extra than the 1,000 kilograms, but that's okay. So I ensured it balanced on both the tins. And now it was all ready for baking. So I proceeded to preheat the oven. I put a temperature of 180 degrees Celsius. I set 55 minutes on the timer so I can have 10 minutes of preheating and 45 minutes of baking. Don't worry, my oven is old, so the numbers are rubbed off. So I was trying to just count with my fingers. And for the heat, I put both the upper and lower heat on. I only needed this grill in the oven to support my baking tins. And while I preheated the oven, I decided to make myself some strong tea. I got some maize from the market. They were very fresh, so I boiled them and I knew this is what I was gonna have for dinner. The oven was now ready and set for baking. I put both my tins inside so they can bake all at once. Yeah, and while I was waiting, I had my dinner. Watch out for part 2 to see the results.